Hello everybody, my name is Mechanic and welcome to a brand new playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4. We are going to play the Great War mod because you guys voted for it. Now, it was a very close vote. I really thought that Road to 56 was going to take it. It was tied for a while, but in the last 12 hours, all the votes went to the Great War mod, and we are going to play as Germany. Now, the Great War mod has had a major update since I think it was about a month ago, where they updated it, and there are a lot of bug fixes, a lot of focus tree upgrades, and things of that nature, and you're going to see. Germany has a mega focus tree, and we're going to get into that in a sec, so I feel a little bit bad because people did ask me specifically in the comments for Road to 56, so guys, that's probably going to be the next one. I probably won't put it up to a vote, but it's going to be a lot of fun no matter what, and I am really excited for this. The Great War was my very first series on YouTube that I completed successfully, and that's where we met a lot of the good players, or the good people that are still on this channel today. We got Ferris Satura, we got Riyad Zukic, we got, if I'm missing someone, I apologize, but I'm really happy to do this. You guys have been possibly the best community on YouTube ever. This isn't a toxic community. We are close knit. I love that. You guys are quick with criticism, but quick with constructive criticism as well. And I got thick skin. I can take it. I just love interacting with you guys. You guys have been great, and I know that I play two different types of games, and there are two different crowds on this channel, and both of them have been great. And I owe you guys everything for that. I never imagined that this many people would actually care about these videos, that I'm sitting in a room feeling like I'm talking to myself, but I'm not. I'm talking to you guys. So I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. Again, I always say it. You guys have a lot of choices on YouTube for gaming, and the fact that you spend time here, it's just thank you for that. So enough with that. Some housekeeping stuff. I know that I've been kind of absentee lately, both on Discord and here. We are having a baby shower tomorrow, and I don't know what. I never knew what a baby shower entailed, but apparently it entails a lot, and I am finding that out. So I'm not going to get into everything that we had to do for that, but I didn't know what a baby shower was. I'm kind of a Neanderthal. My chief interests are like boobs and fire and smashing stuff. So I'm learning on that note. So after tomorrow, after Saturday, the upcoming, it'll be May 23rd. I will have a little bit more time to commit to this, but I'm excited to do this right now. So enough with me blabbing. Let's go ahead and get into this. So what we're going to do, this is open beta version 0.10.2. And I did have just a quick preview look at it. So let's go ahead. I will set this up from the beginning. We are going to play the German Empire, Wilhelm II. We are authoritarian, and we do have the option to go fascist in some of the national focuses, which, we'll consider that. What we have for national spirits are reinforced Kaiser's authority, and that is good. That's a good thing for us. The Agadir Crisis, which we will get to in the focus tree, I will show you guys that. That is where we basically go head-to-head with France and the Allies, if we're not already at war with them. And we have the secret alliance with Romania option, which during the Balkan War, I believe the Balkan War, I think they get involved. That gives us maybe Cassius Belli to go and help them out. As far as buffs, we have North German Confederation Legacy. That gives us plus 10% stability. And Scramble for Africa, which, guys, in Hearts of Iron, nobody likes Africa. Nobody wants to conquer it. It is a mess. And in this mod, unfortunately, that big part in the middle that they usually just, call, okay, if you conquer these territories on the top, then all of that's yours. No, that's not how this works in the Great War. You better ball up, son. You better get your balls ready. Yeah, good job, Mike. Nailed it. Okay, so let's do some custom game rules here. Now, what I would like to do is strengthen the Soviet Union. I'm going to buff them by 2. Wait, is that 2? There we go. Yeah, we're going to take them up by 1, 2. Because Russia is, in this one, they're actually not all that weak. So I want to have that, that challenge on that side. Now, I also want to strengthen the Ottoman Empire. They are a fellow authoritarian regime. So we're going to put them up by 1 and make them possibly not the sick man of Europe. And we'll see. I want to give them a fighting chance, because unless there's a human controlling the Ottomans like we did in my first campaign, they're just gonna they're gonna fold, unfortunately. Strengthen Serbia or Bulgaria. We're gonna leave that be. Who else was it? The UK, no, they don't need strengthening. I would love to strengthen Austria-Hungary, but we're not going to do that. So we're going to do... Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry, guys. I take that back. We are going to strengthen the UK by 1. So they are also going to be our adversaries. So it's going to be difficult. All these down here, I want to leave these as defaults. Yeah, kick from faction. Coups are free. Yes, we can do that. Pair drops allowed. All this AI behavior. Now, what I wanted to do for Japan was I wanted to actually make them fascist. Now, hear me out on this, guys. We do have the option at some point to kind of cozy up to Japan, even though this is World War I. But there are not many fascist regimes in the East. So I want to see what happens if they go that route. Are they going to, invade Japan or Russia? Probably. So let's make them fascists. And the other one, Communist China. No, we were going to leave them be. Where was it? Mexico. Here we go. Mexico is also going... Oh, no, we can do this. Social Catholicism. I wanted to make them Friends of the Soviet Republic. And what that is going to do, it's going to add a twist to America. America is going to have to watch its southern border in this case, because you never know how the AI is going to react. So that's a way to kind of add a wild card into the Americas. And a lot of, I believe, the South American countries, some of them do lean communist, or at least leftist in this one. And we're going to leave all this alone. Everything else is going to be like that. I don't want to skew it too much. So we're going to save that as Great War Germans. Okay, and this was my original save from the Great War Ottomans, all the rules we made. So, okay, let's do that. We were going to play on regular. Now, one of our viewers challenged me to go on elite. I'm not that good, guys. That wouldn't be entertaining watching me lose from day one. So we're going to go ahead and start this. And you guys should see the focus tree that the team has created, that Wolferos has created. So let's start knocking these down. First things first, research. All of our 1910 techs are already researched except for Marines, so we're going to leave that for now. They researched the hand grenade. Excellent. Let's go ahead and go to our bread and butter first. Now, Germany starts with 15% on industry, so let's go ahead and start with construction, because that is what we are going to do the most of. We do have a very healthy amount of civilian factories starting out, but I did want to put our 15% into that one. So we are also going to do carpentry schools. And this being a 1900 tech, it only increases production efficiency by 1, but of course it opens up everything else that we need. War medicine, we don't need that just yet. Oil production, we're probably going to need that, guys, because you should see our Navy. I will show you in a moment, but let's go to engineering. And mechanical computing in 1907, research speed +1. Now, I want to show you something too. we already have early tank project researched over here. So that gives us a +1 to research speed, which I like. Now over here we can do the radio, or we can do torpedo propulsion. Don't necessarily need those yet. So let's go through everything else. We can't research any more planes until, let's see, 1915. But we already have the Fokker M5 1912. So we're already ahead of the curve here. And these are all just way too far ahead. So right now we can build the very earliest prop planes or Zeppelins. And unfortunately we can't do much else. Oops. Oop. Nope. You. Oh, you. Okay, we have a big navy, so we should consider doing naval doctrine soon. But of course, land is going to be what we do. Now, we're kind of pigeonholed into doing the offensive doctrine, which I would like. And cult of the offensive doctrine. And there are a lot of good buffs in here, guys, and I'm really happy about that. And last time with the Ottomans, I think I did the same thing, or one of the same things, where I did static defense, and I wasn't that happy with it. It was not that great. Artillery, we can do all of these, and what I would like to do, guys, is actually speed up the heavy artillery, because that is going to be our breakthrough. And I will get to heavy artillery more in a moment, but for now, we can build armored cars, which is good. Ottomans could not starting out. We have all of the 1910 support companies except for the signal company, which, whatever, I don't really need them. So what I would like to do is actually do our siege artillery and increase their max speed. Now, when you see what we build with siege artillery, you will understand why I am doing that early on. So we'll get to that as well. Let's see. So we have 60 factories, 17 towards consumer goods. Now, starting out here, we don't have the most amount of military factories, surprisingly. I will show you. We have 23, which compared to a lot of nations at this time is good. But I would like to do a 2-to-3 ratio of civilian factories to military factories. So let's go around here. All right, there's 80% there, so we'll do that. Where are you? 80% there. All right, and we have 15 factories working on each of these. And let's do one military factory. And I guess we could do it here in the Rhineland, just to kind of stick it to them. And let's go ahead and go back to civilian factories. Where do we got? We got 70%, 70%. Let's do another military factory at 70%. There we go. So that's good for now. Because the amount of divisions that we are going to build very soon, we're going to require that. So let's go ahead, before we do this, let's go ahead and look at our division designs before we decide what exactly we're building. Now, we have the standard infantry division, not bad, starting out, especially for Germany. They're 18 width. They have 3 support companies, which seems okay, but check this out. The Stabstruppen division, yeah, they have, let's see, artillery support. They have hospital, supply, engineer, and cavalry detachment recon. So these are the guys that we're going to definitely convert our divisions to. And that is going to be expensive, especially with all the support. They need a lot of support equipment and a lot of transport vehicles. So let's go ahead and turn them 20 width. We're going to do artillery here. Artillery there. We'll save that. Because we started out with 15 army experience. And what we're going to do, Schutztrupp division. No, these guys are going to go eventually. That's just garbage. I mean, that might make a good port defense unit if I change the recon detachment to artillery. So I might keep that template and rename them. We got mountain divisions. We got ersatz, which are garbage. Germans also had ersatz divisions in World War II. We got our stinking cavalry. We'll leave them alone. But here's what I like. We do have armored cars early on. Now, their combat width is 8. Not too good. Not too good. So I would like to get them up to combat with 10. I'm sorry, guys. I'll try to edit that out. It's allergies. So, yeah, I think what we'll do, what happens if we add infantry? We'll add one more infantry regiment to them, and that will be fine. Yeah, their combat with 10. Because starting out with only 23 factories, it's going to be difficult to produce that, but we are going to train them. So let's go ahead and train our Stabtruppen division. Or actually, I need a proper pronunciation of that. It's S-T-O, this weird looking B, and then Truppen. So let's go ahead and train 3 at a time. And of course, let's set them to Berlin for now, because that's almost dead center, or Brandenburg. And we will train our armored car, I would call them a brigade. They're not a division with the amounts that they have. And we'll also put them in Berlin for now. So, going back here, that tells us what we need the most of. Now, what we are not building, let's see, is the armored car. So let's go ahead and get that in here first. And again, we can't upgrade this until, what was it, 1914? Something like that. Or maybe 1912. And by then we're already going to have tanks. So I just want to have at least some armored vehicle. And what we're going to do, we'll give them 3 factories. Look at that efficiency cap. That's terrible. We'll give infantry equipment 6 factories. Support equipment 4 factories. Artillery 5 factories. In fact, let's get you up here. You're way more important. Horse-drawn vehicles, yeah. Let's do... Yeah, we can do 3 factories for you. Let's do 1 more in the armored car. Artillery. And probably 1 more in infantry equipment. Okay, good. Good. Modify the government. So, first thing I like to do here is I like that we are in partial mobilization. That for now, right, that is the most efficient until we can go to war economy, which isn't going to be for a while, but we have partial mobilization, which is the best for us. We have limited exports. And that's probably for the best because our resources aren't all that. We have a lot of coal. And guys, if you don't know this mod, I probably should have explained this. There's additional resources that you have. There's coal, there's woods. What else is there? Let's go ahead and look at the trade. Okay, yeah, they added coal and wood. And that's used for like the artillery carriages and things of that nature. So, what I would like to do, we are unlimited conscription, which is fine. Don't need to change that. For military stuff and all these theorists, there's not a lot of people that I want to get right off the bat. So what I want to do is get our multipliers up. Let's go ahead and do the silent workhorse, get us more political power so that we can hire on all these people faster. And that'll be fine. So, national focus tree. Look at this, guys. They did some work. Wolferos, you did some serious work here. So, I'll kind of go through and explain it to the best of my ability because these get real complicated real quick. This is our politics, and this involves dividing up who we are siding with. We can actually go communist, or we can go... this is kind of the fascist route, if I recall. Eventually, it does end in fascism, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's just nationalist. Oh, yeah, the Crusader King. Focus. We move our capital to Latium, assuming we control that. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically Rome. And yeah, from there, we can go down these, and there's more industrial... efforts down here. You know, we get civilian factories, we get naval air, we get a lot. And Wunderwaffe, we get we can eventually end up with a nuke, probably well before World War II if we play our cards right. So these get, again, real complicated. So what we're going to start with, guys, what I would like to start with, we can form the Luftstreitkräfte, or the early Luftwaffe. This is all aviation here. Here's Army. And all this stuff would be good, but we need to get our industry up. Over here is Navy. So let's go ahead and do infrastructure effort. That'll get us, well, yeah, we'll have to get this focus as well in order to get these. And that's fine. That's 2 focuses to get us, I didn't show you what it was. There's armament effort. There's military factories, civilian factories, dockyards, airfields, you know, typical stuff. And that goes down to the next level and the next level. But for now, that's where we're starting. Outdated equipment. Now, I hate when they start you with 1 dockyard on each ship. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to narrow this up a little bit. Let's take out all the light cruiser 1s. And we have the light cruiser 2, the Magdeburg class. Those are fine. Let's see, what do we have here? Vonderton class. We have a bunch of Dreadnought 1s, all with 1. I hate it. But they're so close to being done, too. So let's go ahead and pick and choose here. The Dreadnought 2s, even though they're better than the Dreadnought 1s, they're so far from being produced. Let's go up and see. What is better than this? The Dreadnought class. We have the Kaiser Class A, which is a Dreadnought 2. Still not a proper battleship, but for the time, a very formidable foe. And we have 25 naval experience, so let's go ahead and see what we can do. And what we can do is upgrade the anti-air to anti-air 4. And there's no reason not to do that. We do not have any sonar or radar. Can't upgrade the heavy batteries. Let's see, secondary battery. Yep, that's secondary battery 2. So let's go ahead and upgrade these. Anti-air. And you know what? We could do another heavy battery, but do we want that? We have 2 anti-air 4 emplacements. And I think that's enough. For a battleship, or a Dreadnought 2, it's all about the heavy guns. So let's go ahead and do that. And you got battlecruiser armor, so let's save that. And we have 7 naval experience left. So, that is the Nassau Class A. That is what you're going to do. Oops, I just did the wrong one. Of course I did. Damn it. I meant to upgrade this one because it's so much farther from being done. Nassau class, yes. And actually, now, I was actually going to delete those because they're so far from being done. Come on, Mike, get it together. And yeah, we're just going to set these to 1. They're going to build 1 each. You actually go on infinitely. So after these are done, we'll get these dockyards back. But there's still... Yeah, we're going to have to cut this down. These are all Magdeburg class. Yeah, you're not getting any. You're not getting any. You're not getting any. Okay, so let's go ahead and put 2 dockyards into the one that's almost finished. Battlecruiser 2, Battlecruiser 2. I don't necessarily want 2 battlecruisers, so we'll take that down. And again, we'll try to finish this one real fast. That'll be done by August. That's good. And do I want to cut out any more? No. Okay. So that kind of sorts our Navy. Actually, light cruiser can go up. The Magdeburg Class A, but can we modify it to be even gooder? Even gooder. Yes, we can. Oh, okay. We go over. So we either get secondary battery or armor. Let's go for armor. And that will leave us with only 2 points remaining, so we can't really do much else. Do I want to do that? Yes, I do. And that's what we're going to do. So, Magdeburg Class A. Boom. There. Yes, this battlecruiser's out of date, but look, it's almost halfway done. And we're going to get some focuses that are going to give us much better naval... we're going to get more naval yards. So, outdated equipment. Yep, I know. Alright, now for the real fun part. Assigning divisions. Now, these are all regular hat infantry. We don't have helmet infantry yet. So let's go ahead and pick up these guys. And it doesn't really matter. I just don't want a lot of cavalry, so let me unselect them. And we do have some armored cars. That's 22, 25, minus you. Alright. That's a new army. And a lot of these are going to get converted real early on, guys. Because I don't like having junk divisions. And yeah, it's going to eat our production, but that's okay. So these guys are going to be the French fronts. And let's go ahead and give them a front line. And I do want those 2 armored car divisions there for some extra hardness in the attack, because the French are the biggest pain in our side. Alright, so all these guys are going. So who are you? You're unassigned. And we're gonna... this is tough. Because see, what I don't like is we have to make a separate front for the Netherlands, one for Belgium, and one for Luxembourg. Like, we can't yet stretch an entire front along there, so let's go ahead. That's 20 divisions. We'll leave those up there for Denmark. 22, and let's take this cav. Where was that cav at? Yeah, we'll take them. New army. And let's put them on the Netherlands. There we go. Put them there. Okay, that'll work. Oh, wait, can we extend that for some reason now? No. Okay, yeah, we can't go past there, but that's going to be covered by the army going after Antwerpen, actually. Okay, there we go. Let's get you guys moving. All right. So who do we got left over here? All right, we don't need to guard the border with Austria-Hungary. Because that's why. They're our friends. So that helps a lot. And we can actually request expeditionary forces from them, which I really like. And this is going to be the northern front to guard against Denmark. So let's go ahead and make them an army. Don't need more than 4, but I am going to convert them right away. And their objective will be Copenhagen. Yeah, let's go ahead and convert all these guys to the Stabstruppen division. And no, we don't have any of this available, but that's fine. Alright, so what do we need? Oh, God. Well, the fronts are going to change up so much when we actually do attack them. We don't actually need a front right here for Luxembourg. But we do need some divisions to attack this way, because that is going to spread out once the war starts. So let's go ahead. We can do some cav, I guess. I really want to get rid of them, but can't. I'm so sorry, guys. You can probably hear me losing my voice. It's damn pollen. I'm such a weenie when it comes to pollen. I survived 2 wars, but yeah, I can't survive pollen. It hurts my throat. No, that is not what I want you to do. We'll get way too many divisions right... No. And we don't need 17 divisions. What was I thinking? Yeah, we'll take out of this army. You can have 17 divisions piled in one little province. Especially when it will not cooperate. There we go. Yeah, that's bad. That's real dumb. Okay, so that covers our western front, our northern front. Now, the most exciting, Russia, who is plussed up by 2, remember, is all rearing and ready to go. So, take 2 of you away. And this is the front I'm real concerned about. So we're actually going to put them in a new theater, so we're not cluttered up with armies, and that will be the Eastern Front. And these are the divisions, guys, that we have to get in shape real quick. So we're going to convert them and just deal with the consequences. Do I want them to cover that? Not necessarily. Maybe up north of the river here. That's what we'll do. No, not that at all, actually. There we go. Yeah, that's much better. So that way they're not trying to fight across the river. These guys will come down. Okay, good. Feel better. Okay, go out that way. Next, I see a lot of unassigned divisions here. You guys, for all of you except for one, because we want someone to guard that port. So actually, let's unselect you for a minute. And we'll make this a new army. And maybe we could request expeditionaries, but I also want Austria-Hungary to be able to properly conduct the war. So I'm not, unless things get real bad, I'm not going to ask for expeditionaries. And of course, you come, go long, Hail Mary. There we go. All right, so 4 of you, we don't need, let's just leave 1 division there to guard, and you'll get in over here. Wait, what happened? Where's the 4th guy? Okay, well that's fine. Who else do we have unassigned? Okay, 1 division here. Actually, these 3. I only sent 1 over there. Okay. Actually, you 2, come over here. Get on that line. And you will actually be the beginning of port defense. Although we are going to replace... We're not going to keep infantry divisions as our port defense. So, yeah, we're going to have to do that. And who else? Okay, Königsberg, yeah, we're going to need you in the port defense for now. And we are going to make our own port defense units, guys. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Alright. I'm sorry, we got 2 more infantry divisions. Let's go ahead, add you on. And we have 1 over here, but this army is full, is it not? Yep. Okay, you know what, you could be reserved for... holding Denmark back, because 4 divisions may not be enough. And we got Cav. We got 2 Cav. Well, it's your lucky day. You get to go to the East Front. Ha! Everyone's favorite. Alright, and all our forces in Africa for now are going to fall under 1 command, just for simplicity. And we are going to have to reinforce this, guys. And they're going to be a new front too. This is going to be... the African Theater. And that's going to be a mess. It's going to be an absolute mess, guys. We have to reinforce like crazy if we want to hold on to it. And the only reason I want to hold on to it, unlike in vanilla, is that there are some good resources here that we control. We got 18 timber, with the ability to pick up 26 timber from the UK if we beat them down good. And, well, nothing up north there necessarily, but if we focus south, there's lots of chromium, lots of wood, lots of coal. So, I'm happy with that. And, of course, we got this guy over here. Okay, yeah, you're in your own army. It's going to be Asian Division. There we go. Okay. Got our ground forces sorted out. Insufficient resources. Rubber. We don't have to trade for that right now. Don't need it. 3 rubber is not a big deal now. Our Navy, guys. Look at this. The German Navy is just a force to be reckoned with. Now, we are going to divide all these ships up into some smaller task forces. Because right now they're just kind of grouped. Look, we got 5 battleships here. 12 battleships here, 9 battleships there, 2 more battleships. Like, we are in good shape, guys. I'm not worried about that. So, what we're going to do is train them. Make sure that they go, okay. We're going to train them kind of individually because we don't necessarily have the fuel to deal with that. Let's see, what is our intake? 672 base game. Yeah, once they start exercising, that's really gonna hurt us a bit. Yeah, we're consuming 2K a day just training them alone, and maybe another 5 battleships. I really want to get them trained, and eventually I'm going to upgrade them, but not just yet. Okay, so let's get our ground forces further sorted out. We got 3 army groups here. These are all the Western Front guys. So we're going to assign them an army group leader. And we got the advantage of some good generals, of course, because it's Germany. All right. We got Field Marshal von Galwitz. These guys can both take an upgrade. What is he? Throw planner, max planning plus 10%. That is useful. Crown Prince Ruprecht. He sounds like a candidate for the Eastern Front. Knock him down a peg or two. Crown Prince Wilhelm. These guys are not very good, actually. Their stats are poor. But they have the ability to upgrade, which we cannot do just yet. Offensive doctrine, defensive organization first, charismatic. I like charismatic, guys, because that actually, the division recovery rate, especially in going on an offensive, that is key. So let's get all these guys into this army group. And the biggest army, these guys, this is the army that's going to take over France. Now, we have a lot of choices here, besides the historical ones, on who we want to put there. And I want to put some of the best of the best, including this guy, the Fortress Buster. That's plus 15% against the forts, which the French are going to have. Make no mistake. And we want to be able to overcome that. And what I'm going to do is probably augment the Western Front force with some heavy artillery battalions as soon as we're able to build those. And that's going to be a priority for me, especially capitulating the Netherlands and Belgium. They need to go quick if we are to beat France. So let's see who else we got here. Who are you fighting? Okay, that's just really crowded, that whole task force. All right, these guys need a good commander, another Fortress Buster, because they do have forts here. Let's give him von der Marwitz. Excellent. And, okay, there's way too many divisions here. We need some on the Eastern Front. So let's send 2 to the Eastern Front. Because I fear that all these divisions crowded right here are going to take some casualties just due to supply issues. Okay, so the last... Let's give them a lower level general. What is this? Commando, out of supply. We have Fortress Busters left and right, which the Western Front is full of them. Yeah, let's go ahead and get him. There's going to be forts all over the place, guys. Okay, this is not really an army, but let's give them... It's 5 divisions. Now, who's our lowest ranking guy who can... Oh, these are field marshals. Another Fortress Buster, another Fortress Buster. So let's do it. Let's Fortress Bust all along the West Front, if we can. Now, are you guys good? You are good, so let's all train. And while you're training, let's go ahead and convert some of these divisions, some of the worst divisions, into our standard field infantry division. I don't like any of these red ones. I don't like the cap either, but this is going to be costly, guys. I know, but we are going to catch up. Just wait. There we go. And we'll start to convert the rest later. So, Eastern Front, the lucky ones. Wink, wink. I guess the Port Defense Army. And guys, our army experience is going to go up fairly quick because of the number of divisions that we have starting out. Alright, they don't necessarily need a general yet. You guys certainly do. Let's see. Ooh, what is this? Commando. Trickster. Fortress Buster. Fortress Buster. Trickster. What are you? Old Guard. Eh. I like this guy. I like his style. I like his Australian boonie cap. Plus he can be promoted. So let's give him a go. Okay. Ooh, he can be a guerrilla fighter. Entrenchment speed plus 50%. With the way that Russia is plussed up, that could be very useful, guys. Just saying, I think that's great. Okay, and the other army, they're going to need a decent general as well. Let's go with General von Francois, the Frenchman. Port Defense Army, who's our lowest level commander? We're not going to give him a Fortress Buster. Von Hindenburg. He has 4 attack. Hey. Okay. Actually, I changed my mind. Our Western Front Army here. Oh, he's actually pretty good, so we'll leave him. What about our other Eastern Front guy? 2 attack. Okay, yeah, so I guess this would be the next most important place. So, yeah, let's actually give him... Where'd you go? Where are you? General von Hindenburg. Look at this. 4 attack, 3 defense, 3... Wow, just... Wow. Wow. Mwah. A+. All right. Okay, are you guys good? They don't need a commander yet. But these guys need an army group. And who do we got? Field Marshal Duke Albrecht von Württemberg. All these guys suck. Okay, well, let's go with the top guy here. He's a thorough planner. I like that in a man. Thorough planning. Really paying attention. Asian Division. I guess you can fall under the African Theater. You guys also need to train. We're going to convert... Well, actually, our Cav divisions could be useful here. I will give them 1, but the rest have to be Stabtruppen. Because we're not hurting for manpower. That's a good way, a good reason that I'm doing all of this. You need an army group commander as well. Because we are going to send a lot of our new divisions down to Africa, since our lines in Europe are pretty filled up. There we go. Crown Prince Ruprecht of Bavaria. And all these guys, a lot of these guys can take a promotion. Okay, so how does that look? And how is Austria-Hungary doing? Wait, I forgot to set all these guys to train. Okay, yep. Good. Right, are you training? So to everyone. Alright, let's go ahead and get the clock ticking then. So, I'm happy with where we are at here. Now, I would actually like to train a mountain division, but what do they have? Yeah, we should start training mountain divisions ASAP, since we do have that. That's kind of a leg up over a lot of nations right now who do not have mountain troops. And the mountains, there's a lot of mountains going through France, southern France, so let's have them deployed down here for now. Alright. And yes, guys, we are going to have to trade for some fuel, doing what we do. Alright, how is our Air Force situation? Do we have an Air Force situation? We have seven scouts and 5 Zeppelins, so no, we have no Air Force situation. I would like... Actually, I am going to trade for that rubber, since we have that ability. For now, let's trade with Brazil. Wait a minute, what is Brazil? What kind of people are they? Authoritarian, mostly. Okay, we'll trade with Brazil. They likely won't rip us off. Likely. So what we could do... Oh boy, no, we need a lot of this. A lot of that. A lot of this. A lot of that. Let's not worry about the Air Force just yet, guys. Not just yet. Okay, the king... Ooh, death of Edward VII. Though in a state of grief, the new King George V has received his coronation. Time will tell if he can solve the turbulent situation in Britain that he has inherited. You get it, new George guy. Yeah, do we have to stop trading some of our ships? What happens if we trade for 1 oil? Maybe I should be focusing at this research tree over here. Fuel gain per oil plus 10%. Yeah, we're going to do that early on, guys, because we have a lot of things that gobble up fuel that we need to train. Shoot. Okay, we'll trade for 1. We'll trade for 1 with the good old US of A. See what that does for us. Okay, now our fuel's going back up. That's good. So we'll let that stockpile a little bit more before we send out more ships. Because our situation here, let's go through our entire Navy, guys. Look at all this. A lot of them are divided up simply by type of ship, but there are also, you know, this would be a good escort fleet. They got light cruisers for anti-air. and destroyers for subs. Got 8 light cruisers, 11 destroyers. Down here we have a pretty healthy looking normal fleet that contains 1 battleship, 3 cruisers, 5 light cruisers, 29 destroyers. So we have the ability to project naval power. Now, not necessarily against Britain, who's a bunch of bads. Wait, can we recruit spies? Intel agency not created yet. Duh, Mike. Create it. Ooh, Abwehr. That's new. It even has German on it. Alright. Agency being formed, 30 days. Let's crank this up. After we get our agency formed, guys, I think that's going to be it. This is our setup phase for the Great War, and I think we're in a good position. Okay, the Albanian Revolt. They're not... Now, did they actually create Albania this time? Nope, Montenegro. Yeah, Albania. It's part of the Ottoman Empire, which I do want to be friends with, since we did actually plus them up. I'm curious to see how they're going to act. Let's go ahead and improve relations with them. They're not in a faction, but they are authoritarian like us. I bet we could get them into the Central Powers. That would be sweet. Okay. So let's go ahead. We have 23 command power now. What do we want to do? Organization loss when moving minus 30%. Attack +1. Organization first. Reinforce rate. Charismatic. You know, South Africa has joined Canada, Australia, New Zealand as a more autonomous dominion of the UK. An act of parliament. Okay, yeah, this is the... Yeah, say F you, Britain. I'm going to go with division recovery rates, because we are going to be moving quite a bit, grinding a lot of battles that we're not necessarily going to want to fight, but this is the Great War, guys, and that's how it's going to go. You guys will see there is a great difference in the speed of the battles here. Everything's a little bit slower, but it's made... you know, for good reason, the way it's done. I think it's really well done, and I'm curious to see how they have, you know, changed the AI behavior or the battle mechanics once this starts. You know, France, I couldn't help doing that. All my guys are doing push-ups and jumping jacks while you're just kind of sitting around doing nothing. I hope you're ready. You're not going to be ready. Oh, you're not ready for what's coming. Okay. Let's see. This guy we can assign a new trait to. And who is he? He's the Eastern Front guy. So let's go offensive doctrine, because in Russia there's a lot of ground to cover, and we don't want that organization loss when we're just plowing through the steppe, like territory after territory. I think that will be best for him. Alright. Okay, and we're cruising. Excellent. Abwehr. Details. Okay, we can become Spy Master, but we need... Wait. You need to have an intel agency with 3 different branch upgrades. That's right. God, how many times have I done this? So, first thing I want to do is Cryptology Department. Let's go ahead and do that, so we can actually get intel on those across from us. Now, in 29 days, we can actually recruit a spy, which we can actually... I'm trying to decide where to send our first spy, guys, so I need your input on that, actually. So before I do it in the next episode, who should I be spying on to be using these mechanics the most? I almost feel like Britain rather than Russia or France. Those are the obvious ones, but I don't necessarily want to do that because the UK is the one who packs a big punch in this, and Russia's actually going to pack a big punch too because they're plussed up. But let me know, guys. I hope you enjoyed this first episode. This is going to be an adventure worth following, so if you have not yet subscribed, please consider doing so, because I'm riding this one to the end. It's going to be a real blast, if you know what I mean. Great. Good job, Mike. I will see you guys next time. Thank you again for joining me. Love you guys. Bye-bye.